There is an important statement made by the father of modern medicine, Hippocrates, that is, health is wealth. Everybody would like to have good health and prosperity in their life. One of the most important disease that can affect our normal health is hypertension, otherwise high blood pressure. So today we will discuss what is normal blood pressure, what is hypertension, what are the clinical features or manifestations of hypertension, and how to manage high blood pressure through our lifestyle modification as well as dietary modification. First of all, we will see what is blood pressure. I would like to initiate one important point, that is, blood pressure and hypertension are not the same thing. Blood pressure is the normal pressure that is exerted by the flowing blood over the side walls of the blood vessel. As the blood is flowing through the arteries, it will exert some pressure over the lateral walls of the blood vessels. That is what is known as blood pressure. The normal blood pressure of an adult human being is mentioned as 120 by 80. You might have seen the doctors writing your blood pressure as two values, one upper value and one lower value. The upper value, that is 120 or 130, is known as the systolic blood pressure. The lower value is known as the diastolic blood pressure. Now I will explain what is systolic blood pressure and what is diastolic blood pressure. The heart is a pumping machine, and while it is contracting, it will pump the blood to various parts of the body. And the blood pressure that is exerted, or the pressure that is exerted by the flowing blood over the side walls of the blood vessel while the heart is contracting, is known as the systolic blood pressure. The blood pressure or the pressure that is exerted by the flowing blood over the side walls of the blood vessels when the heart is relaxing, that is known as the diastolic blood pressure. So these two values you have to remember. There is a systolic blood pressure that is exerted by the heart while it is contracting, and the diastolic blood pressure that is exerted by the heart while it is relaxing. So that is regarding the normal blood pressure. Now we will see what is hypertension. As I already mentioned, blood pressure and hypertension are not same. Blood pressure is a normal phenomenon, whereas hypertension is a diseased condition. So when the blood pressure is high, it is known as the hypertension. The normal value for blood pressure is 120 by 80, and when it is more than 140 by 90, then doctors will label a person as having hypertension. So more than 140 by 90 is the value when we have to label a person as having hypertension. So it can be a systolic hypertension when the systolic BP alone is high, or it can be a diastolic hypertension when the diastolic blood pressure alone is high, or most of the time it will be both systolic and diastolic blood pressure will be elevated. That is the most of the situation is occurring. Now we will see what are the causes of high blood pressure. Very interestingly, in about 90 to 95% of the cases, we could not find out a reason for high blood pressure. When the doctor is examining the blood pressure with a sphygmomanometer or the BP apparatus, it is found to be high. We could not see a reason for high blood pressure in about 90 to 95% of the cases. It is known as the essential hypertension, where the reason for the blood pressure is not at all known. Whereas the remaining 5% of the cases, there may be some reasons, maybe a kidney disease or some hormone abnormalities, or a person is taking steroids or oral contraceptive medication, and that is producing a high blood pressure. And there are also various risk factors for high blood pressure. One is age of the person. As the age is advanced, there is a high chance of increase in the blood pressure because of the changes in the blood vessels. Then the smoking is another reason for high blood pressure. Whenever the nicotine is producing some constriction of the blood vessels, and that again can produce a high blood pressure. Then family history is another important thing. When the father as well as mother is having a high blood pressure, there is a high chance of high blood pressure in the children also. So family history is very important. And the occupation as well as the habits of the person. If he is having a sedentary habit, that is, he is a hospital staff or a office staff or a IT personnel that is working in a sitting posture for a long period, or a bank employee who is always in front of the computer throughout his daytime activities. Thus, sedentary activities also can increase the blood pressure. And stress is a very important factor. A stressful life, the person is working as 24 into 7 time schedule, there is a high chance of blood pressure. When the tension is high, there is every chance of developing hypertension. So these are all the risk factors for development of the high blood pressure. Now we will see what are the symptoms and how will you detect that the person is having high blood pressure. Very interesting to say that in about 90% of the cases of hypertension, there will not be any symptoms. It is accidentally detected. A person is examined by a doctor for some other reason, maybe having fever or maybe having some cough or some other symptoms, for which the doctor is examining, and incidentally the person is found to have high blood pressure. That is the phenomenon most of the time occurring. Incidentally detected high blood pressure, and he is labeled as having hypertension. Sometimes there may be some symptoms. There is a false belief that, especially among the patients, that I am having a headache since the last 1 or 2 days. Please see the blood pressure doctor. Maybe due to hypertension. But headache is not a very common symptom of hypertension. As I mentioned, hypertension is always an asymptomatic condition. That is why it is known as a silent killer. When we develop a heart attack, when we develop a brain attack or stroke, it is for the first time we may be understanding that we have high blood pressure. So it is known as a silent killer. But sometimes some giddiness, some headache in the back, that is in the neck region or in the occipital area, or sometimes some chest discomfort. Such symptoms may be there, but most of the time the hypertension is a silent disease, incidentally detected, or may be detected during a medical camp or some other events. Then it is accidentally detected. So how to diagnose hypertension? For diagnosing hypertension, there is no need of any blood examination. It is the only one condition, disease, which we can diagnose without taking even a drop of blood. By simple BP measurement using a sphygmomanometer, the doctor can, or a nursing staff can detect the high blood pressure. But a single measurement is not sufficient to label a person as having high blood pressure. At least we have to record high blood pressure at least 2 to 3 times. Then only we will label a person as having hypertension. So with this instrument we will make a diagnosis of hypertension. Once we confirmed a diagnosis of hypertension, then we have to treat the patient. So what is the treatment of hypertension? Always it is not a single pill or a medicine. That is not sufficient to treat blood pressure. We need a lot of other aspects also to treat the blood pressure. It is in a single sentence we can say it as lifestyle modification. Modification of our unhealthy lifestyle. Hypertension is the most common lifestyle disease all over the world. So without modifying our lifestyle, without modifying our food habits, without modifying our sleep pattern, without quitting smoking or alcohol, we cannot reduce the blood pressure. So the most important aspect of controlling the blood pressure is the lifestyle modification. So I will mention 5-6 points by which we can reduce the blood pressure. Number 1 is regular exercise. Do regular exercise for about 30 to 45 minutes. Aerobic exercises are most important. The main aerobic exercises are 4 in number. Walking is a very good aerobic exercise. Jogging is a very good exercise. And cycling is a very good aerobic exercise. And swimming. These are the very ideal exercises to reduce the blood pressure. How exercise reduces the blood pressure? By doing exercise regularly our body weight will be controlled, then our blood vessels will be become more and more healthy, our cholesterol parameters also will be reduced, our blood sugar status will be reduced. All this will help to improve the health of the blood vessels, and that will reduce the blood pressure. So the first thing to be done to reduce our blood pressure is to do regular exercise. Doing exercise regularly is very important. 30 to 45 minutes walking daily is sufficient to bring down the blood pressure. That is number one. Number two is a healthy diet. By improving the diet and by making our diet healthy, we can reduce the blood pressure. Nowadays, our these dietary habits are unhealthy. We are taking a lot of fried items. Then red meat, we are taking a lot of red meat. Then junk food, fast food. All these will increase the blood pressure. So increasing the amount of vegetables, fruits, leafy vegetables, nuts, pulses, etc. will help us to reduce the blood pressure. It is one of the DASH diet. That is a dietary approach to slow the hypertension. It is very popular dietary pattern all over the world. That is one of the DASH diet. So our simple traditional diet, which is rich in leafy vegetables, fruits, is sufficient to bring down the blood pressure. High content of potassium also will reduce the blood pressure. Our citrus fruits and our lemon, then also this banana, all this contain high amount of potassium. That also will help us to reduce the blood pressure. So the first one is regular exercise, and number two is a good diet, and number three is quitting smoking. Smoking is a very bad habit, and that can increase the blood pressure. The smoking will increase the heart rate. The nicotine will contract the blood vessels, constrict the blood vessel, and all these activities of this smoking will increase the blood pressure. So if you like to reduce the blood pressure, definitely we have to quit smoking. That is another important aspect. And the fourth one is regular BP monitoring. That is also very important. A single time measurement of high blood pressure is not sufficient to label a person as having hypertension. So at least we have to measure our blood pressure at least once in 3 months. Then we can monitor the blood pressure and we can modify our drugs if it is necessary, or modify our lifestyle. So regular blood pressure monitoring is also very important. And the next one is reducing the stress. That is the fifth one. We have to reduce our stress, tension, as well as our anxiety, etc. All these are this mental pressure or mental tension will increase the blood pressure. Tension, when the tension is increased, it will produce hypertension. So the tension will increase the heart rate. It will increase the production of various stress hormones in our body, like steroids or adrenaline. All these will increase the heart rate and it will increase the blood pressure. So by you doing regular yoga or meditation or prayer, living a calm and quiet life, we have to reduce the stress, and that also will help us to reduce the blood pressure. And the last one, that is sixth one, is the adherence to medication. Unfortunately, in about 50 to 70% of the cases of hypertension, the blood pressure is not properly controlled in Indian population. The reason is lack of adherence to proper medication. The problem of hypertension is, as I already mentioned, it is a silent disease. So we may not know whether our blood pressure is controlled or not, or our BP is above the limit of normal, etc. So regular monitoring of the BP is very important, and adherence to medication is also very important. There are different types of medications available, and the doctor will select you the ideal medication that is ideal for you, and you have to continue the medication. And regularly you have to measure the blood pressure also, and you have to make some necessary modification also. Once started, most of the time the person requires a lifelong medication, but sometimes if it is only a mild elevation or moderate elevation of the blood pressure, by modifying the lifestyle, we may even able to quit our medication. That depends upon the person. So this is all regarding the control of the blood pressure. These are the lifestyle modification measures which you have to adopt. So to conclude, hypertension is the most common lifestyle disease all over the world. So blood pressure, high blood pressure or hypertension is a silent disease. It may not produce always symptoms. So we have to periodically monitor our blood pressure. Then only we could say whether there is high blood pressure or not. So everybody, if they are of more than 40, at least once in 6 months should examine their blood pressure and see whether their BP is normal or not. 120/80 is the normal blood pressure, and if it is more than 140/90, we will label a person as having hypertension. So it may not produce any symptoms, and the lifestyle modification is very important with regular exercise, then dietary modification, and quitting the smoking, as well as this regular medication is very important, and reducing the stress is very important, and adherence to medication is also highly important to control your blood pressure. So be engaged in all these healthy modified activities of our lifestyle, and have a peaceful and healthy life. I wish you all the success in your life and also a healthy life in future. Thank you.